Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make Ash Ketchum's house from Pokemon. This is his childhood home. This is where his mum still presumably lives in Pallet Town. This is where the adventure begins, and it's also where he visits back to time in the actual series as well. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. If you do, please do remember to hit that like button. I'd really appreciate it. I think that I've captured the house's essence quite nicely, and I think it looks quite unique in terms of a house. I think that I've done a really good job, and I hope that you guys do as well. If you do think that, please hit that like. I'd really appreciate it. Consider subscribing to the channel, and of course guys, if you do have more ideas for cartoon related builds, leave them down below in the comment section. Always very interested to see what you guys want to see. But without any further ado, let me show you how to make this thing. It's really quite easy and it looks great. So if you want to make it, here's what you'll need. Grab yourself some block of quartz, some quartz stairs, some quartz slabs, some blue stained glass, some red concrete, white stained glass pane, iron doors, buttons, and some end rods. We also need, for the outside of the house mainly, some birchwood fence, some sort of hoe, a little bit of seeds, oak leaves, oak saplings, bone meal, and some stone slabs. So once you have all of this stuff, we can begin the house. So we're actually going to begin the house by placing ourselves a quartz stairs. And left of that quartz stairs, we're going to place 5 quartz blocks. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're then going to, in front of this, place an additional row of 5 quartz slabs or quartz blocks. We're then going to place a stair in front of the center block with a block of quartz either side of the stair, like this. This is the front porch area. On the corners of the front porch, this quartz block and this quartz block, we want to place 2 end rods. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. And later on, we'll be coming back to these to continue the build. We also want to place an iron door in line with where we have the quartz stairs. So on the back here, we want to have an iron door in this position. We want to have, left and right of this iron door, 2 rows of block of quartz, equaling the height of the door. Above the door, place a blue stained glass block, and left and right of that, place an additional blue stained glass, and on top of it, place also a blue stained glass. So in a triangular formation, that is what you want to have. And around this, you can place yourself some block of quartz, just all the way around the glass, just to create a similar triangular shape. Once you've got that sorted, we can continue on. So, we want to start from the bottom of the entrance, where we place the row of 5 block of quartz. We want to continue the row by going left by 3 with the quartz stairs. So that's 1, 2, 3. Place a block of quartz, and on top of that row of block of quartz, go up by 3. 1, 2, and 3. Place a quartz stair, and you want to do 2 things. So you want to go up on top of this quartz stair by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we'll continue that later, but we also want to go left of this block by 6 with the quartz stairs. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And we want to connect this down to the ground using block of quartz. And you can actually connect over to the right using block of quartz as well. And inside of this area, we actually want to place enough blue glass that we cover all but a small space that we are able to walk out of. So just make sure that somewhere you have a row of 2 glass that is open that allows us to walk in and out of the build. Continuing on, we want to take this block of quartz that we connected down to the ground. We want to extend it to the left by 1 using the quartz stair, like this. And just to add some additional details to the build, we want to create a front porch area. So this front porch is very simple. We want to use our quartz slabs, and we want to take this area here underneath the windows, the row of quartz block, and you want to extend it coming forwards by, how many rows is this? By 3 rows using your quartz slab. So like every area underneath the window, you want to extend forwards until you have placed yourself 3 rows like that. And then you want to extend that left and right by 1 row, like this. So just left and right by 1 row. You want to connect the corners down to the ground, as you can see me doing here. Place a block of quartz on top of the corners. And you want to create a little bit of an area in the middle where we can actually walk down from the porch. So if you destroy maybe the center block on the outer part, and maybe place a stair there, and maybe place a quartz slab left and right, and if you maybe place like a block of quartz leading down to the ground from that, and maybe even in the ground place yourself maybe like a block of quartz just so that it tapers down a little bit. And then if you place some white stained glass pane going around the edge of this porch, then it'll look a little bit nicer. So it doesn't have to specifically connect to anything, but it just creates a nice sort of effect, or at least I like the effect, and I hope that you guys do too. Let's continue the rest of the house. I know that we're building this in kind of a weird way, but trust me, it's probably the best way to do it. So we want to take this stair that we placed going left of the porch area, and we want to extend it backwards, specifically by 15 using the quartz stairs. So going towards the back of the build, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And you want to extend that 15th stair across the back of the build, and you want to connect it all the way to where you very first started. So you want to have a nice square shape such as this. Add another row of quartz stair on top of what you've just made, and in certain cases you're going to have to make it so that the stair, when it connects to corners, it wants to be the kind of stair like this. Can you see how it joins at the corner? It doesn't want to face a particular way at the corners. It wants to face all ways, if that makes sense. You guys can see what I'm talking about. It wants to face every direction, so it doesn't want to be this. It wants to be this. You guys get the idea. And you can actually just fill in a row of stairs going all the way around the house. So we want to have so far something that should look like this. And as you can see, it's getting put together quite nicely so far. So there are multiple windows around the house. We'll take care of the ones on the left-hand side of the build, and we'll take care of the ones on the right-hand side of the build, as they are the same. Okay, so on the front left-hand side of the build, on top of this row of stairs, starting from the front of the build, we want to place this. Coming towards the back, we want to place 2 stairs. 1, 2, and make sure that the first stairs connects like this. So that's 2. Then you want to place a block of quartz. Then 3 blue stained glass. 1, 2, 3. Then you want to place a block of quartz. Then 2 stair. 1, 2. Then a block of quartz. 3 glass. 1, 2, 3. Then a block of quartz and 2 stair, like this. So you want to have something which should look very much like this. Take that row that you've just done and add an additional row on top of it. So everywhere that you have a block of quartz, you want to place a block of quartz, and everywhere that you have a glass, place glass. Everywhere that you have stairs, place stairs. You guys get the idea. Like that. Cool. What we now want to do is we want to place an entire row of stairs directly on top of this. And at all times, make sure that if stairs aren't placed the right way, change them, because it will make a difference later on. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. So where we have the stairs above the window, literally the windows, where we have the glass, we want to place glass on top of those stairs that touch the glass. We want to extend up the center block by 1, like this, and we want to place red concrete around the glass. So it'll look like this, if this makes sense. It'll look exactly like that. Now, oh, that looks so cool. I really like how vibrant the red is. That is what you want to have so far. We will be doing more later on, but for now, we want to come to the opposite end of the build and do the same thing. So on this opposite end of the build, starting from the front, going towards the back, we want to place 2 stair. So the first one has to face this way. 2 stair, and then a block of quartz, 3 glass, 1, 2, 3. Then a block of quartz, 2 stair, block of quartz, 3 glass, 1, 2, 3. Then a block of quartz, 2 stair. Double upon that row. So what you've just done, you want to add an additional row directly on top of it, like this. So just take it, add another row on top. That will be absolutely perfect. So here, also here. We then want to place an entire row of quartz stairs going all the way around this. So all the way around on top of it, like this. We then want to place glass above the areas where we have glass, and we want to extend the middle block upwards by an additional row. So you take the center block, you extend it up by 1 row. And you place yourself some red concrete going all the way around the glass. Like this. Cool. And that is what you want to have on both sides. So once you have both sides absolutely taken care of, we can then move on to the next part, which is going to be the back. So let's move to the back of the house now, because of course there are some more windows on the back of the house. And let's do them. So starting from the left hand side, where we have this sideways facing stone quartz stairs, we want to extend it to the right by 1 with the quartz stairs, followed by a block of quartz. Place 4 blue stained glass, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then place a quartz block, quartz stair, quartz block, 4 glass, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, and then a block of quartz, and then a quartz stair, like this. Do the same to the row above it. So do whatever you did to that row, you guys know what you did. Do the exact same thing to the row directly above it, like this. Wonderful. And then we want to place on top of this row of stairs that we have in between the windows, we want to place a row of, let me make sure that this is right, because I don't want to mess this up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Place a row of 6 stairs on top of it. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. You then want to place a glass on top of that 6th stair. Extend that glass left and right by 1. Place a layer on top, like this. And then place a quartz stair on top of the center glass. So that is what that would look like, guys. That is what you want to do. And once you have got that sorted out, this is what we are going to do next. So come all the way to the front of the build. You know where we have this row of quartz stair here on the front of the build that kind of spikes upwards? On top of this block, we want to place 2 blue stained glass, 1 and 2. And we want to extend that glass to the right by 2. 1, 2. Take the center block and place a stairs on top of it. And place a red concrete on top of that. And extend that red concrete backwards, like so. So it touches the back stair, just like that. Now, once you've got that sorted out, this is what we are going to do next. And this is where things are a little bit tricky, but it should be kind of easy, sort of. Okay, I'll show you. So we take this red concrete on top of the stair, and we extend it to the right by 1. And down 1. Then right 1, and down 1. Right 1, down 1, 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 right 1, down 1. Now this should make it so that we are able to connect it to the windows. So we should be able to connect it to the windows on the side of the build, like this. You should be able to connect them all together, like that. And that means that we can take the back window and we can place a red concrete block on top, to the right, on top, to the right, on top, to the right, etc, etc. You guys get the point, right? Like, it connects all the way up to the back. And equally so, it connects down by the same pattern. So you can extend it to the right and down, until you will eventually be able to connect it to the windows down here. And you can connect the windows together and you can extend them towards the front of the build, and that also means, of course, that you can connect everything together in the same way as you might imagine. So we just want to connect everything together just like that. That's wonderful. And what that then means is that we can take the ends of the roof and we can extend them 1 row outwards, So we actually want to extend them one row outwards, out of the side of the building, right? This is because otherwise it would look a bit flat and not 3D. So we want to extend the ends of the roof around the windows on the sides of the house outwards. And we will be fixing how these windows look in a second. But then that means that we can connect the roof together front to back. That means that we can connect the roof together front to back like this. And that also means that, well, I mean, I'll show you. So you just want to connect the roof together. It might be easy if you simply start off by connecting the roof front to back. And then I'll show you how to upgrade the windows on the side of the house. Because this is the easy part. Just connecting the roof from the front to the back of the house. And then we'll create a shape in the roof. Up at the top, and we'll also create shape in the windows. So you guys will see what I'm talking about. Once we got up to the top of the roof, I'll show you how better to make the windows. So on the side of the roof, if I kind of stuck to my own advice, then the windows would look like that, yeah? But we don't want them to look like that. We want them to look a bit nicer. So we're going to reinforce the blocks around the windows by adding blocks on top like this, and this shapes the windows a little bit better. So just add some red concrete around the windows to connect them all together, and it looks better. And this is a similar strategy as we'll be employing as we've already employed on the front. As you can see, we already have joined the blocks, and we're going to also add a row to the roof. We're going to add a row of red concrete to the roof, and we're just going to connect the roof front to back on this side as well. So we're just connecting it front to back, then we'll shape the windows, and then we'll talk about how to actually fill in the rest of the house. Although, guys, it really is easy to fill in the house. It's very, very simple indeed, but I'll show you how to do it anyway. So we're just going to fill in all of this, all the roof. You just connect it front to back. And once it's been connected front to back, then we are able to add all of the stairs and stuff in that are necessary to make the house all complete. There we go. And then we can add shape to the windows here. So we just want to add some additional red concrete blocks just to make it a nice triangular shape like this. And if we have a look at the front of the house here, you'll see that it's a little bit empty. So that's the roof done for the most part. We do also have to extend it forwards and backwards by one row. But first, we're going to simply fill in the front of the house using quartz stairs. So we just want to place quartz stairs here just to fill up the area just below the roof. On the front of the house, we are also lacking a porch as well. We're also lacking a porch on the front of the house, but we can easily add that in just a moment. So this is what the house is going to want to look like once you have placed all of your stairs. I don't think I'm missing any. You see, you get quite a unique texture. And on the sides of the house, those are already filled in on both sides. You want to do the same thing on the back. There's nothing to it. We've already done it pretty much. You just want to add on all of your stairs like this, and that will nicely fill up the back of the house as we have already done on the front of the house. So let's just come all the way up to the tippity top like this, like so, here and here, looking good. And that is the house mostly filled in. The house, though, has a porch, so this is where this comes in. So the house's porch sits on top of the end rods. We want to place a red concrete on top of each end rod, and we want to extend those red concrete outwards by one row. We want to place one on top of them, one coming inwards, one on top of them, one coming inwards, and one on top. And we want to connect them to the front of the house, pretty much. And that is the little front porch that this house has, and it looks quite nice, like this. It really adds something to the house. And you can even place a doorbell if you want, and that also allows you to enter the house and exit it. The roof, which actually looks quite good as it is, needs to be extended forwards by one row to create a level of depth between the front of the house and the actual roof. So it wants to separate itself from the materials used in the house by doing this. Just simply adding a row coming forwards. And as you can see, it adds a nice little something to the house. And if we were to come to the back as well, then we will do the same thing here. So we just want to add a little bit of red concrete coming off the back of the house like this. And that will be the house's structure complete. But once you've done that to the back of the house, that isn't everything. We're just going to make the area look a little bit nicer, and this is roughly what it looks like as well. So I'm going to need the birchwood fence for this, stone slabs, bone meal, oak saplings, oak leaves, seeds, diamond hoe, basically everything that we've not used yet. And I'm going to do this fast, but you guys will be able to see what I'm doing. So these 3 middle blocks where we have entrance to the house, we're going to leave a gap of 1 between them, and we're going to dig into the ground, and we're going to place a stone path. And we're going to leave a gap between the stone path, dig into the ground, and create another layer of the path. And the same thing again, so we're going to have like 3 levels of path moving out in front of the house. And we're also going to left and right of this path, we're going to create a birchwood fence area that is, I don't know, a certain amount of blocks around the house. Now you can make this bigger or smaller, but I'm going to make it so that it goes 3 rows all the way around the house. So that means I'm leaving a row of 1, 2, 3 going all the way around the house everywhere that I decide to go with this path. So just all the way around, let's make sure 1, 2, 3. So it wants to come this far, and that is the area that I'm making sure that I maintain around the house as I go around it and connect it to the opposite part like this. So there's a few things that we can add around the house. There's a bush just to the left of the fence here as you enter the house. It can be a random shape like that. There is what seems to be like a little garden slash flower bed. It even actually looks kind of like a Minecraft farm just to the right of the house at the start. So a nice little wheat farm actually goes very well here. There's a tree, hopefully a small tree, in the front left hand corner of the garden. Oh, perfect. That's the exact right size actually. And then everywhere else, there is a mixture of green life. So basically, when I say green life, I just mean like plants and stuff. There's a mixture of green life, which is perfectly emulated by bone meal as you go around the house. And there is also a multitude of bushes as you kind of go around the house as well. So feel free to just add those in. It really does kind of make a difference to the house. It does make it look a lot nicer. It does make it look a lot more realistic. Definitely something that I would do. Typically speaking, I tell you guys to do whatever with these, but it really does complement the house very well in this particular case. And that's the house, ladies and gentlemen. That's Ash's house. I really like how this has turned out. I really like how this looks. Hope that you guys do too. If you do, please do remember to hit that like button. I'd really appreciate that. If you have any more suggestions, please do remember to leave those down below. I need to know what you guys want me to make, otherwise I don't know what to make. If you want to subscribe to the channel and keep up with my many various builds, as you can kind of see around me, please do remember to subscribe to the channel, click the little bell, and that will ensure that you got my stuff sent directly to your sub box. And if you do enjoy the content, if you do want to check out more, check out the card system, the description below. Those are the 2 perfect places to go for all my stuff. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Have a great day. I hope you managed to catch them all, and I'll see you guys in the next video.